minus for the car, Chris. All right.
Welcome. Day 2 of the Donnelly Group Circuit of Ireland, round 3 of the IRC 2012, and the first of the IRC in one of the oldest rallies in the world, organised for the first time in 1931. They've been busy. Yes, full tarmac rally out of the countryside near the city of Armagh, and host Circuit of Ireland, HQ in the service park. Yes, so get ready for some very, very fast rally action as this one draws to an amazing conclusion. Armagh, the centre of the 2012 Circuit of Ireland Rally, 60 kilometres southwest of Belfast, the city known for the St Patrick's Cathedral. Armagh, the seat of both the Roman Catholic Church and the Church of Ireland, and so a central pillar then for both communities. So quite a backdrop then. They've been amazing hosts. It's well worth a visit, incidentally, if you want to catch up with the more pleasant side of life, I think you might say. Well, in just a few moments we're going to be seeing the action of today, but first it's time to take a look back at exactly what happened yesterday. Yes, reigning IRC champion Andreas Mikkelsen had some experience of these roads in his early rally years, but he made some mistakes. Unlike this one on stage 3, braking too late, sliding off the road. Rain made the narrow, bumpy stages even trickier. Well, he wasn't the only one to suffer out there. Others did have better runs, though. Johannanen, 2010 IRC champion, is first on the road and was not enjoying it too much, I have to say. He lost about 5 seconds on the short, dusty super special in Belfast. On the proper, sometimes damp stages, he took time back and went in the lead on stage 4, but only by a 6/10 gap on Mikkelsen. It was a close battle. As for Jan Kopecki, just not functioning that well at the moment. IRC Championship runner-up last season. Was not feeling confident in the car, and his co-driver Pavel Dressler having difficulties reading the notes. That's an appalling thing to have trouble with. 28.2 seconds down. This is Alistair Fisher in his Fiesta S2000, the WRC Academy winner in Portugal. Yes, changed the setup of his Fiesta and was running 4th after day 1, as you can see, ahead of Arezzo, also going very well, as was Barrable and Breen. So, cloudy but dry morning, yes, for the resumption of hostilities. Longest stage of the day, 25 kilometres, and mud on the road. That's not a touring 70s combo on that time. 25 kilometres to be dealt with then, at just after 9:15 local time in the morning. Grey sky in the morning, let that be a rally warning. Again, first on the roads for the second day, Johannanen. Hard compound slicks, was 6/10 ahead of Mikkelsen at the start of the stage. Said it wasn't so good, but also hinted that he might have been being a bit careful. That shot sort of suggested otherwise, really. A lot of mud in places, and Andreas Mikkelsen, well, would he find any? Soft compound, much drier than expected. He was worrying about how his tyres would go. Fastest on the stage, though, beating Hannon by 1.2 second margin and taking the lead by just 0.6. It's that busy up front. Jan Kopecki, Ian Dressler on hard tyres, like Hannon, third fastest time, though, still third overall, kind of betting himself into that position. Says the two guys in front are simply lunatics. Ouch. You want a bit of madness? How's about that? 4th overall after day 1 was Alistair Fisher. Caught out, disappointed.
Very disappointed, but I think we showed good speed last night, but the whole M Sport team have done a great job this weekend. They've put in a lot of effort, so hopefully we can get out again on Ypres.
Rory made a bad move at that time.
Hope so, unlike Alistair Fisher. This is Matteo Arzeno in his Peugeot 207. Yes, Peugeot's still knocking on the door. 6th quickest after Fisher's crash, moving up to 4th overall behind the 3 Skoda boys. Not pushing 100%, said Arzeno. Well, he would say that, wouldn't he? Now, what do you say if you happen to be Robert Barrable? Yes, into a fast left-hander, knocks open the fence, straight into the field, and luckily enough, didn't have to call his dad with a tow rope, which I once had to do. Still 7th quickest, moves to 6th overall.
3 right, 3 left.
So on to Drumillery, 14.24 kilometres, just a minute before 10 in the morning. Yes. Packed schedule for stage 7, more than 14 kilometres long, still dry conditions, but a lot of gravel on the road after the first loop, a lot of it being dragged on. Well, the fight for the lead, rocking on, incredible, impressive, maximum attack, full revs, you've got the lot. The Skoda engine screaming in the Irish countryside, so I think we'd better have a listen.
Vasen täys miinus, oikein täys miinus, 200. Nyppy oikein täys miinus, ja huomio. Vasen helppo pitkä, ja nyppy.
Euro Hannanen at his combative best. Great to see. Well, if he was in determined mood, so was Andreas Mikkelsen. On board with him now, on soft compound, another very high speed sequence. Well, Kopecky said they were nuts. Yes, Mikkelsen not quite as fast as Hannanen. Second quickest, 2.2 behind Hannanen. Taking the lead was Hannanen once again. Mikkelsen second, 1.6 down after this one. So it's toe-to-toe stuff by the two leading lights. Kopecky now 53 seconds off that pairing. So Hollow 1. 14.56 kilometres, 25 to 11 in the morning. Almost time for a biscuit. Another 14-kilometre stage then. Still dry conditions, as you can see. Just a hint of some dust being kicked up here. And Hannanen, well, kicking it in the rest of their faces at the moment. 1.6 seconds ahead of Mikkelsen at the start of the stage. Really feeling confident on the harder compound. And this is a man who's so cool under pressure. Yes, very little gets to him emotionally. Same can't be said for Andreas Mikkelsen, who's not been unknown to shed a few tears. Yes, whether joy or indeed at sadness, but full attack here with the soft compound. Tyres, though, getting worn. Dear. Yes, a third mistake for the IRC champion. Finally costing Mikkelsen 7.4 seconds. Hannanen now extending his lead to 9 seconds then. Double look for you, why not? Jan Kopecky, well, keep on struggling, and struggling with his notes as well. Just can't hear them properly. It's a very technical course here in Ireland, and as a result, the notes come very thick and fast, and it's just a problem between Kopecky and Dressler at the moment. They need more experience working with each other, clearly. Still third, at more than a minute behind. Craig Breen, yes, in his Peugeot 207. Finding hard to gain positions after his mechanical issues yesterday, battling for 6th with Sepp Weigand. Let's watch them together, shall we, on our Cam feature. Breen in the Peugeot, Weigand in the Skoda. Breen a little braver, attacking on the bumps, leaving Weigand behind, but under braking, it's Weigand that comes back, slots in behind Breen, and at the finish, they were only separated by half a second. Yes, that in favour of Breen. Breen 13th ahead of Weigand in the standings. Mikkelsen back to service. What about those errors?
I did a mistake on the last one, which cost us a lot of seconds, but we're still in the fight for the win. I can't see why we cannot fight anymore. I will go flat out on the next loop and try to catch some time.
You take the harder compound now?
Yes, for sure. No, this was too soft, so next loop I will do my best.
I have had few moments also because, you know, we are in this level now with the speed with Andreas, so it can happen that there will come mistakes also in the next round. So, but we'll see. At least until this, it has been a lot of fun.
Is it on the limit now for you too, or is there still some margin?
I think if there's a margin, it's very, very small.
Well, quite a lot of work to do for Mikkelson's crew during the service after the first loop. Team changing the gearbox, going for longer ratios to have more top speed in the faster sections. So clearly going to go for it big time. We'll see whether he manages to hold on. Yes, it's almost like do or die for Mikkelsen. However, 9 seconds separating them. Doable, thinks the Norwegian. We'll see if he manages it after the break. So the next loop of this circuit of Ireland coming up in just a few moments. It's worth a look. Welcome back. Day 2 of the Circuit of Ireland Rally. Round 3 of the IRC 2012. Drivers heading for that second loop of 3 stages, starting with the 25 kilometres of Red Rock. Hanlon, much drier than during the first run. Stayed on the hard compound though, still without any mistakes. Phenomenal, 20 seconds faster than his first through run. Run through, I should say, on the stage. Amazing. Well, that was a benchmark. Question is, how would Mikkelsen respond with his new gear ratios and all? Mind set to full attack mode, I think you might say. Yes, his desire to win is just constantly growing, it seems. Taking risks once again. Another big moment. Asked how he was feeling, his performance was during that one. He said absolutely crazy at the end of this particular stage. It could have been a disaster, but he escaped. Another fastest time, 23 seconds faster than the first one, and 4.8 quicker than Hanlon, who was also going extraordinarily fast. Hanlon still leading, but Mikkelsen, yes, only 4.2 behind now. While others were in their own battle. Seth Weigand battling with Breen for that 6th spot, was 13 seconds behind Breen at the start of the stage, going faster, taking more risks, and this is what happens. Off he went, losing almost 50 seconds. Another blow to the German youngster. He's learning. And so to stage 10, Drumhillering, 14.32 kilometres, 5-1 in the afternoon. Getting hungry. Hanlon, yes, his second run through, again pushing an incredible pace. 8 seconds faster than his first run. Where's he finding this time? Well, you can see. A lot of gravel out there, he said. Difficulties. And indeed, some previewed on the first pass, but this, a clean run. Unbelievable. Some of those cuts. Yeah, Mikkelsen, same incredible pace as Hanlon, absolutely on the limit. 11 seconds faster than his first run, but not as fast as Hanlon. Mikkelsen beaten by just half a second over these 14.32 kilometres. Best view in the house, these onboards on Eurosport. Remains second, Mikkelsen, 4.7 behind the leader, Hanlon. This is Kopecky, third quickest on the stage, third overall, now 1 minute and 18 behind. It's kind of regular as clockwork, but yes, not gaining any time. 2 minutes in front of Arezzo, running in 4th, I might add. Yes, he said the boys in front are very fast and also slightly nuts. Just wanting to finish the rally, I think, is the aim of Kopecky, and do it in some style and hope that those in front of him maybe slip up. Hanlon, one of those, and through Hollow, 14.56 kilometres, just past 1:30 in the afternoon. Yes, the next episode in this huge battle between Hanlon and Mikkelsen played out. Hanlon going 13 seconds faster than the first run, but it's not enough to win the stage. And you know the reason why. Mikkelsen, important stage win for him. He knew he had to take it just to keep that gap from getting any wider, and indeed narrow it. In 2.4 seconds he stole back from Hannanen. Mickelson closing on him in the standings, 2.3 only separating them with 3 stages to go. Wow. You know, the IRC has grown by 35% this season in terms of its ratings, and you can understand why when you see this sort of battling going on. Yes, it's great rallying. Super venue islands. Matthew Arzino, super result. His first outing on this difficult rally. 4th in the standings with the Centerlock Peugeot. And Craig Breen, also with Peugeot, 4th fastest time for him. Teammate of Arzino, going ahead of Barrable in the standings. Breen now 5th, 1 minute behind Arzino.
Right on back, Christian, okay, 60, right side the back, 2 late, slowing, 30, 2 levels.
Into service then, the last one of the rally. Hannanen leading by 2.3 seconds in front of Mickelson. High tension in the service park in Arla.
Both of us wants to win, so I will go flat out to try to catch you.
There you go. Flat out. He looks serious too. Hannanen, Mickelson, Kopecky, 1, 2, 3, but really only 2 men in this, and separated by just 2.3 seconds. Remarkable. So stay with us for the grand finale of the Circuit of Ireland. We'll see you in a few moments' time. Lisbon, only 1.06 kilometres. Yes, just after 4 o'clock local time. A short one then. Would it be a short, sharp shock? Last loop, starting here near Belfast, and it's raining again. Hannanen fastest on the stage, quite slippy I might add, but no problems at all. That's the last thing you want, is to get hay baled on a shorty like this. Short but important. Yes, something of a turning point, I think you might say. Andreas Mickelson, 2.3 behind Hannanen, trying to make up all of those seconds, I think, in just 1.06 kilometres. Yes, some drama in the offing. Ouch. Yes. Bales taken out at speed. Andres and Ola okay, but Andres a bit dizzy due to the huge impact, and it was. Yes, loses 40 seconds and says goodbye to the chance of winning. Now aiming for points and 2nd place. I suppose you could say it was lucky that the Bales were there, the car wasn't damaged and he could get on with it. Mildly concussed, not a best way to be. And Kopecky was still 3rd. Yes, 47.2 behind Mickelson and Arzino. Yes, 2nd quickest on 13, 4th overall, 1st Peugeot driver, and seems to be having a bit of fun. Craig Breen, 3rd quickest on 12, 5th overall, 1 minute behind teammate Arzino, and yes, thought to himself that the first corner was a little bit different to the recce. Maybe it's notes, mate. Don't know. So, Banbridge North, back to proper rally, 7.54 kilometres. Yes, and just a couple of minutes before 5 in the afternoon, local time. Well, things, had they settled down up front? Another short stage, just 8 kilometres long. Fastest time, Andreas Mickelson, not holding back at all. His 5th stage win, now 43.4 behind Hannanen overall after his hay baler incident. Yeah, it's got to the end and said it was quite a tricky and difficult stage. Hannanen just too far away though. His aim to drive for 2nd. Shame. Well, before we fate our winner, let's go to the Production Cup. Gary Jennings in his Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. This boy is spectacular. Took the Production Cup and did it in some amazing style. 8th in the overall standings. Just think about that. Fabulous. Good boy.
last night we made a completely wrong tyre choice, so we just had to drive through the stages the best we can to try and get through, and then today we were a real good attack and got a good lead, and then we just backed off there at the end, and yeah, it's great to bring it home.
All the money spent on the car as opposed to in the barbers. Donna Kelly, yes, also in an Evo 9, took second in the Production Cup on the last stage, beating Sam Moffat 9th overall. These guys, they know how to play with that long machine. And what of Sam? 3rd in the Production Cup and 10th overall. Here he is. So the locals putting local knowledge to the test, and indeed passing with flying colours. Production Cup, lower budgets, they don't do an entire season, it seems. Sam Moffat, 3rd in the Production Cup and 10th overall. Yes, they know how to hit it. And this is how it looks overall. Kasani, Jennings and Moura, yes, all on 25. You can't do all of the rallies, but those you do well. And you get yourself your name on the boards. Two-wheel drive cup, Mark McCormack. His Citroen DS3R3T. You'll have to shorten that one. Eventual Rally of Northern Ireland Irish talent coming to the fore. Nursed a gearbox problem, suffered an overshoot, had 2 punctures, but still won the two-wheel drive cup, 11th in the overall standings. Amazing for a two-wheel driver here. And Tommy Doyle in his Clio R3 had a chance of victory after McCormack's problems, finally ended 2nd in the two-wheel drive cup. Leading Renault driver, I might add, 12th in the overall standings. And Peter Taylor, also in Renault Clio, 3rd after stage 14, dropped off the podium on the last stage after losing 4 minutes and ended up in 6th, which is a shame for him. And Rob Kasani aboard the Megane RS. This is a nice looking car, by the way. Troubled run for the Frenchman, though. Retired with transmission failure on day 2. It's a shame. Putain means too hard, too bad. He's right. Mayat Krosner, the Hungarian. Lots of problems. Sadly for him, it was to be a broken drive shaft on his Honda Civic Type R, a rarity. So this, the driver's standings, Mashal and McCormack making it a Citroen 1 and 2 at the moment, the Suzuki of Vinyas and Ensausti chasing down. They're the two-wheel drive manufacturer's standings, not all marques represented. So back to Red Rock, 25 kilometres, stage 15, and Mattia Arezzo. A terrific result for him, 4th overall and leading Peugeot driver. You couldn't really ask for more from the young man. Andreas Mikkelsen, well, played a great game, but lost in the end, it seems, due to, well, just pushing too hard, frankly. But what focus and what entertainment he provided. An incredible drive from the reigning IRC champion, coming home 2nd and staying in the lead of the championship. Euro Hanlon, 8 stage wins, marvellous overall victory for Hanlon. Only the 2nd non-British or Irish driver to win this rally in its long history after the late Pentti Aricola, I think it was, in '79.
I had a moment, he had a moment, so then he made a small mistake, he lost more time, so but altogether very, very nice weekend with him, and big thanks for Andreas. This was great weekend.
Always good to see the gladiators coming together, explaining his slide. Oh dear. Hanlon taking it ahead of Mikkelsen, Kopetsky, Arzino and Brian. Nice to see an Irish name in the top 5 there. Fabulous. Well, there were many happy faces at Skoda Motorsport. Yeah, 2nd victory in a row for the official Skoda crew. Hannon's 1st of the IRC for 2012. Look at that. He's so cool, you know. Mikkelsen, well, pushed to the limit. Both delivered a fantastic rally show. Mikkelsen lost, bad luck or not. Yes, we enjoyed ourselves.
I think both of us was pushing very hard and on the limit several times, so luck I won't say it was, but okay, he did a better rally.
Simple as that. So what about those drivers' standings? Mikkelsen is still our championship leader, the defending champion. Yeah, the Norwegian on 61 points ahead of Hannonen's 43, with Kopetzky just 3 behind Hannonen. Yeah, Kopetzky may well start to rue just those two battling it out and duking it out in front of him. As far as the manufacturers are concerned, it's all about Skoda at the moment. 129 points. Peugeot on 69 for now. Now, what about the Colin McRae flat-out trophy? It's given to the most spirited drive out there. And a pleasure to tell you, it's Martin McCormick that's taken it. Winner of the two-wheel drive cup, finishing 11th overall. He gets a silver salver to put his sandwiches on. Fantastic. Well, another triple for Skoda. Euro Hannonen, the highest step of the podium. Skoda still unbeaten this season in the IRC. Well, that's all for the Circuit of Ireland Rally for 2012. And we'll see you all in Corsica for another extremely demanding IRC rally. The Tour de Corse in May, never to be taken lightly. We've enjoyed ourselves in Ireland. Thanks to our hosts, it's been wonderful. And don't forget the ircseries.com website, where you'll be able to find out just about everything you want to know about the series, apps and that kind of thing. We'll see you.